Before you see how we make drawers now, there's a little backstory you need to know. These guys here don't know. 13 years ago when I started the business, I knew to make high quality custom kitchens, I would need to make dovetail drawers. So I bought a quarter cable router and jig and got to making drawers. At the time I hired my brother while in college, and he was the one making and building the drawers for us. It was a great drawer making machine, but the process was very long, very time consuming, and it took a day to make a kitchen worth of drawers, which was just terribly slow. Then the inevitable happened and Gabe graduated and moved on. At that point, we were building a new building and we were making a lot of changes, and I knew I'd have to come up with a better, faster way of making drawers. So that takes us where we are today with using the Grizley dovetail drawer machine. Here we have my son Trevor. He is making the drawers by cutting out the parts and using the fence there to set the size and adjusting it to where he needs to cut the next part. Making sure to keep his hands out of the way. And those are the finished cut drawer sides, the way we make them now, supplied by Clarion Wood Products. Here he's setting up the wide belt sander to 0.625 so we can run the drawer sides through at 5/8 so it sands both sides before we can put them together. Coming out, they're already sanded to 150 grit, and once he puts them in the dovetail machine here, it'll be running sides front and back, left and right, all in one operation, so there's no need to change it 4 times. It's just 2 times and done. Here he's putting on his safety glasses and putting on his hearing protection. Safety first, Trevor. That's your dad speaking. Yep, get them glasses on too. Starts up and starts cutting into the part by making a pass straight across, plunging into each part independently, following the jig. So what this does is it takes the router and it puts it in your hands so you can just move it where you need it instead of actually having to hold the router. This holds the router for you. You're just moving the operation. Here he's unclamping and going to flip them for the right orientation. There's a stop there, so it only goes in so far. Same with the fronts. He's going to flip them around and backs. Clamp them down. Cut across, plunge in. You can't actually see the cutter because of the shroud there. It's a pretty well protected machine. That way you don't get obstacles flying. Unclamp, and those are the parts. That's what they look like once they come out of the machine. Here he's cutting the backs for the drawers. Cutting the length and the width. Now for the last step is assembly. He's going to take the sides, put glue down into the slots, and then put the front and back into the sides, and then put the bottom in. They're a pretty snug fit, but they're still loose enough that we can just push them in. I'm not cutting away intentionally so you can see how long it takes to build a drawer. There the front's going in, bottom's going in, then the back. They also get stapled in place so that they're also glued. They're glued and stapled, making a nice tight wood seam. Here he's firing the brads in, rotating and doing the same on all four corners. Then after this step, he'll check for squareness and staple in the bottom. Here's switching guns for the staple gun. Checking for square with a speed square. Adjusting as necessary. Here, these are going to be soft close drawers, so we got to cut a notch in the bottom of the drawer to receive the soft close slides. So he makes sure to put the staples on the front and back close together. That way he can still cut the notch and he won't be hitting staples. That's it. Finished drawer. Let's take a closer look at that drawer, Trevor. There we go. Ready to sand, putty, and put into spraying. There you go. Drawer finished. 5 minutes. See you on the next one.